Bitcoin loses momentum and drops to 75K. In this episode, we're going to go over what levels Bitcoin could drop down to, and if we could still rally up, what levels can we still realistically get up to. Welcome back to Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Right now, it's about 3:11 p.m. Eastern Time, and the price of Bitcoin is currently at 76,150. We're going to start off here with the monthly chart. This candle closes in the next 2 days and 5 hours. This has been a bullish month so far. We could see a green candle here, this red candle, this indecisive kind of green, and this green candle kind of forms like a morning star, and this is usually a bullish pattern. It would make sense with the stochastics being low and ready to pump up. The RSI is right below the 50, also pointing up. It's possible that we're going to close bullish for the month of April, and since we are far away from the 21 moving average, which is at 89,220, I wouldn't be surprised if in May we at least wick up there, even if we end up closing red for the month of May. It might be the old saying, sell in May, go away. Let's see what ends up happening. Right now, things are looking a little bit more bearish than what they were, but we're still holding higher levels. We're above 76K. That used to be resistance, so it's not too bad at the moment. We head over to the weekly chart, 5 days and 5 hours before this candle closes. We can't put too much into this right now. We're having a red candle. Obviously, if we close like this is going to be tweezer tops, and then this is going to probably end up taking us back down. But let's see what happens by the end of the week. Maybe this ends up turning into a green candle. We could get back above the 21 moving average at $77,059. Now the stochastics are getting toppy here, but we could definitely drag here for a while before rolling over. The RSI is a little bit in between. It could roll over or it could come back up. Let's see how the rest of the week goes. Now what I'm not liking is that tomorrow Jerome Powell, I believe, is going to be doing the FOMC meeting, possibly for the last time. Is he gonna go out with a bang and just drop us all the way down like he usually does one last time? Let's see what happens tomorrow. That's definitely a possibility. Things are starting to trend a little bit more bearish. Now if we take a look at the 6-day chart, in these charts here, I'm not liking this. Again, everything's showing you a possible tweezer tops. This candle closes in 2 days and 5 hours. We have a red candle here. It looks like we can't get above this 21 moving average. You take a look at the 5-day chart, 2 days and 5 hours, another tweezer top forming. On the 4-day chart, 2 days and 5 hours, another tweezer top forming. The 21 moving average is at 70,960. It looks like we're kind of far from it, and the stochastics are already starting to point down. On the 3-day chart, again, tweezer tops, 2 days and 5 hours before this closes, and we could see heavy resistance here on the 50 moving average at 78,213. Look at the stochastics wanting to roll over. On the 2-day chart, a red engulfing candle here. This closes today, and this is going to be tweezer tops if we do close here today. Stochastics are pointing down. The 21 moving average is at 71,943. I feel like if we close like this today with Jerome Powell speaking tomorrow, it's possibly we just go down and touch that 21 moving average. On the daily chart, we had tweezer tops yesterday with yesterday's candle close, and then what I tell you guys, after tweezer tops, we usually drop down. Like tweezer tops, the next candle was red. Tweezer tops, look at today, it's red. The only good thing is that we're hovering right above the 21 moving average at 75,260, but then look at the stochastics RSI. This is pointing down. I was hoping maybe we could roll back up. Again, I'm not too confident with Jerome Powell speaking tomorrow. This might drop us down to this 100 moving average. That's at 72,824. Yesterday I was telling you guys it looks like we want to go head down to 75K. That pretty much happened. Now it's kind of looking like we want to head down to 73K or lower. Now you guys know I have this in a bear flag, and the thing is, if we do drop down to that 100 moving average, we technically will be back inside of the bear flag, so we would have to bounce back up immediately right after that in order to remain bullish. Now the 22-hour chart, we still need more time here to reset. We're starting to lose the 50 on the RSI, and we already lost the 21 moving average. This is looking like we're dropping to the 50 moving average. That's at 74K. 12-hour chart, we still need more time to reset as well. Again, we're losing the 21 moving average, possibly with a second candle now. 50 moving average is at 74,121. 8-hour chart, stochastics are low, but this is rolling over still, and we're trying to stay above this 50 moving average at the moment. That's at 75,986. If we lose that, we could easily drop to this 80 moving average at 73,644. Now on the 4-hour chart, we ended up dropping. I was calling this to be a falling wedge that could have taken us to 82K. We only made it up to about 79,500 or so we could have taken profits there. This ended up being cat ears. One ear, this is the head, and then this is the other ear, and this dropped us down. Now I would say we're still in this falling wedge. I elongated it. We'll make believe like this part didn't happen. We're still inside of the falling wedge here. So the measured move now is no longer 82K. This takes us all the way to about 81,500, let's call it. Now, as you can see, we're bouncing up from the bottom of this falling wedge, which is the 100 moving average at 75,906. In order for this to play out, we have to stay here. So that means we could range back up to the 80 moving average at 76,600, come back down, play around here, and eventually break out. We lose the 100 moving average, that's at 75,906. We could start dropping down to this 200 moving average at 72,295. You guys know, once we lose this 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, I become a mega bear there. Now, the stochastics here are low enough. We could definitely drag here for a while, similarly to like how we did here, like we did here. But if we could roll back up, this could bring us back up to the top of this channel. And then most importantly, we have to get back above this 21 moving average at 77,438. And currently, we're a little bit far from it. So it works both ways. If we're all the way up here and we're far from the 21, we usually come down, or the 21 comes to us. And the same thing here, if we're below the 21, we usually go back up to the 21 moving average, even if we end up rolling over, or we go sideways until the 21 touches us, and then the next move happens. So all in all, I feel like we're still in the falling wedge, but a decision is about to be made. We're either gonna fall out of it or we're going to continue in it. On the 1-hour chart, stochastics look like they were on the way up, but if we zoom in, I could start to see some curvature, like this could start rolling over here. So it's looking a little bit bearish to me. We're below the 200 moving average, bearish. We're below the 21 moving average, which is bearish. And here, as you can see, we did an evening star, the green candle, indecisive candle, then a red candle, and we dropped down. So we couldn't get back above the 21 moving average. That's currently resistance. That's at 76,600 basically. And on the 15-minute chart, look at this. The stochastics are topping. This is about to roll over. We're barely above the 21 moving average, and the 200 moving average is currently at 77,337. So right now, I'm thinking that we're going to be going sideways. I don't really see us going up. Even if we do go up, we have heavy resistance at 77K, at 78K, at 79K. So the probability is, especially with Jerome Powell speaking tomorrow, we're probably going to end up coming down. I wouldn't be surprised if we test 74K again. Hopefully we could stay above it. We can't. I could see us testing 73K, 72K, and even going back down to 70K depending on what happens in tomorrow's meeting. Now, tomorrow is going to be very volatile. I wouldn't be surprised if we jump back up to 78K and then all of a sudden tomorrow we end up at 70K as well. So we got to be careful with what's happening. But right now, I see us losing bullish momentum and things are trending a little bit more bearish. We need to get above 78K, I believe, in order to remain bullish. All right, guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.